The story of wind power presents a fascinating paradox. While images of spinning turbines have become symbols of clean energy progress worldwide, the industry itself has been navigating some powerful headwinds in recent years. Understanding these challenges reveals much about the complex realities of transitioning our energy systems. Wind energy's journey began with tremendous promise. Countries blessed with strong coastal winds and open plains naturally led the charge. The technology offered a compelling vision, harnessing nature's power to generate electricity without emissions. For years, government incentives fueled rapid expansion, making wind power one of the fastest-growing energy sources globally. However, the landscape began shifting as support mechanisms evolved. The transition away from guaranteed pricing structures marked a turning point for the industry, where once developers could rely on stable, premium rates for their electricity, they now found themselves competing in competitive auctions that dramatically compressed profit margins. This shift from supported markets to price-driven competitions fundamentally changed the industry's economics. The consequences rippled throughout the supply chain. Project developers, facing thinner margins, began pressuring equipment manufacturers to reduce costs. Turbine prices responded by falling significantly, sometimes by half from their peaks. Component suppliers found themselves in increasingly competitive markets, particularly for items with lower technical barriers. The entire industry adjusted to this new reality of doing more with less. Simultaneously, the industry confronted geographical limitations. The most productive land-based wind sites in many regions have already been developed. New projects increasingly face challenges related to land use, environmental impacts, and community acceptance. The logical solution seemed to point toward offshore development, where stronger, more consistent winds blow over vast, unobstructed expanses. Yet offshore wind introduced its own complexities. Maritime jurisdiction involves numerous regulatory bodies, from environmental agencies to maritime authorities and energy departments. The approval processes can be lengthy and unpredictable, creating uncertainty for developers. Meanwhile, the technical challenges of building in marine environments drive costs significantly higher than comparable land-based projects. Despite these challenges, pathways forward are emerging. The international market presents significant opportunities, particularly as European nations accelerate their offshore wind ambitions in response to energy security concerns. Countries are setting ambitious targets that will require massive deployment in coming years. This creates potential openings for manufacturers who can meet international standards and compete effectively. Domestically, the industry may see improved prospects as well. Existing development targets could drive increased activity as deadlines approach. The natural cycle from project bidding to construction suggests periods of concentrated activity ahead. Most encouragingly, there are signs that pricing pressures may be stabilizing, offering the industry a more sustainable foundation for future growth. The wind industry's current phase represents a maturation process rather than a decline. The initial explosive growth, fueled by strong policy support, has given way to a more measured expansion focused on economic sustainability. The solutions appear to lie in technological innovation that reduces costs, regulatory streamlining that accelerates project development, and strategic positioning in growing international markets. What makes this moment particularly interesting is watching how an industry born from environmental idealism adapts to commercial realities. The future of wind power likely depends on balancing these sometimes competing priorities while continuing to deliver clean energy at scale.